is Julie Waddington, and I am the counselor over at South Elementary. Thank you so much for joining us today as we look into some helpful homework tips. And I'm so glad you guys have joined us today. We are talking about how to make homework more of an enjoyable experience. We will talk about what you can do before your child sits down to do work, tips for while they're working, and what you can do when they're finished. If you have any questions or concerns after you watch this video, please feel free to reach out to your school's counselor, and they will, I'm sure, be able to help you and answer any questions you may have. So let's go ahead and get started. When supporting children with their homework, there are things we can do to make it a smoother process before the backpack even gets opened. So one of the difficulties with homework is that children do not see their home as a place of work. It is primarily a place of rest and recreation, which is what we want it to be. However, the work still has to get done. So this can make it difficult for children to get into work mode, if you will, at home. One way to counter this is by setting up a specific place for children to do homework. It is also best to create a homework spot that is free from as many distractions as possible, such as having a spot not near the TV. Setting up not only a consistent space for homework, but also a consistent time for homework can be helpful for children. For some kids, it's best to begin work as soon as they get home from school, before they get too distracted. Other kids might need a short break before they begin. Work with your child to determine which strategy will work best for them. It's also a good idea to collaborate with your child's teacher to determine his or her homework policy. For example, is the teacher okay with the parent providing support? Does the teacher have a maximum amount of time they would like students to spend on homework? Different teachers have different expectations for homework, so it's important to discuss these with your child's specific teacher, or look up the district policy. Lastly, before your child begins their homework, make sure they have everything they need. Making sure children have all of the needed materials, have gone to the bathroom, have a drink, etc. can help cut down on the disruptions once they begin their work. So, when your child is actually doing his or her homework, there are also some things that you can do to ensure the process goes more smoothly. An important thing to keep in mind when your child is doing homework is to keep a positive attitude. If you, as the parent, view homework time as a chore or something to be dreaded, your child will pick up on that. By staying calm and keeping homework time positive, you will encourage your child to do the same. If you have work or even reading that you can do it while your child is working on their homework. This will show them that learning is important to you as well. Unfortunately, homework can bring up many frustrations for kids. If you notice that your child starts to feel frustrated, this is a great time to help them practice coping skills such as deep breathing, getting a drink, counting to 10, or even taking a short break. Short breaks can be a great way to keep kids focused, but it's important to be clear on exactly how long the break will be and what they can do during the break. Using a timer is a great way to make sure the break doesn't go too long. During a homework break, children can do things like stretch, listen to calming music, etc., things like that. Even after your child finishes his or her homework, there are still things you can do to build a positive culture around homework time. A great motivator for finishing homework is allowing your child to do a preferred activity that they enjoy after they're done. This could include watching a show, playing a game, going outside, things of that nature. This is also a great time to talk with your child about what went well and what could be done better next time. As with anything else, communication and collaboration are key. Thankfully, homework time doesn't have to be a struggle, and my hope is that these tips will help you and your children have a more pleasant homework experience. Like I said, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your school's counselor, and they will help you out. Thank you again for joining us for Coffee with the Counselor, and we will see you next time.